Hello YouTube, Damo_23 here, and welcome back to another episode here on the YouTube channel. In today's video, it is a monster episode. We have got Liverpool at home, the team that just knocked us out in the Champions League. We have got Man United away from home at Old Trafford, and more importantly maybe, we have got this FA Cup semi-final for the third year in a row, and we've got Arsenal this time at Wembley. We have not won in the FA Cup semi-final just yet in this save. We have been FM'd twice by, I reckon, 8 teams placed Southampton. And no, I tell a lie, we lost the FA Cup final to Leicester the year before. With that being said, hopefully today is a day that we can celebrate. We're at Wembley for a cup final and we're still top of the table. Give the episode a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel. And the plan of attack for today's episode is this Liverpool game. If we win, we will then give you just the goals of the Man United game and then Arsenal. If we don't beat Liverpool, I have to give you Man United because it will probably be the case of staying in touch with Man City. And if we lose Liverpool, lose Man United, I'm going to do Arsenal as its own separate video and just end what is a horrendous episode in terms of the title. We've been in this position over the last few seasons in the league. We've been there or thereabouts, but we have not been able to make do. And hopefully we continue on a good vein of form. Now, since making that change to that narrow 4-2-2 system, we beat Fulham 1-0, which we highlighted last episode. We beat Liverpool, but more importantly, we beat Brentford 3-0, and we probably should have won by 4 or 5 goals. Yet again, scoring just on and around our XG, which for a world-class team, you should be over-scoring. And against Spurs, yet again, we looked fantastic. We had a lot of chances, but for whatever reason, 2.2 XG, and we scored just underneath that, which was not great as well. But yeah, it is what it is. Now, with that being said, I think this system isn't bad considering the goals we're not conceding. Sorry, I was replying to someone from poker there. But yeah, since moving into the system, all clean sheets, which if we keep keeping clean sheets for the rest of the year, we'll win the league. So that's a positive. The main reason moving into the system wasn't for clean sheets, it was to see us get Consigli and Herman together and us scoring goals. Now, I think that this is a big gamble, and I personally think because we've changed the system so late, they are learning the system, but it is a system that's very similar to our own system that we currently play here. I think we're going to maybe just get beat by City because City is so good. So I've already started thinking for next year, and I know we have so many wingers. You know, we've got Doak, we've got Junior, we've got Ross Davies, who just finished 4th in Next Gen, by the way, on loan, and have a look at how good he's going here. Where are you, Ross Davies? Boop, right at the top of the list. Have a look at how well he's developing. He's probably ready to go. You know, you've got Nestri Irakunda. You've got all these guys, right, that can play out wide. You know, you got Hamazabol that's on loan as well. You know, just to add another name in that list. You know, Jamie hasn't really hit his heights, but he's still, on paper, looks very well-rounded and probably ready to play Premier League football. We've got a lot of guys that probably fit a more wider system. So if this system doesn't win the title, and if it doesn't win the title, and it doesn't win the title because we just weren't scoring enough goals and we drew a couple of these games or whatever, I might move into something like this. Now, I don't look at the system. I just pick tiki-taka, pick the system, and then draw it up, right? But that's something for me in the streamers I'm currently live to probably work on after the end of the season. Right, and I'm thinking wing on one side, inverted on the other, Consigli Herman up front, still get, you know, Desiree doing the hole here, and off you go, right? But they're picking it for this sort of system. So, against Liverpool, we're going to play the same system that beat them 1-0 here at home only a couple of games ago in the Champions League. And if it's a system that works and we don't concede because of the press and how good we are, this might be a system we're just going to have to stay with. And what I might have to do is start looking to sell the likes of Junior and Doak for big money and start getting guys like Dennis that can play in the centre but can also play wide, and maybe bring someone like Ross Davies back and start training him to be playing in the hole. What it also means is that we can play a guy, if the system is the system, like a guy like George Davies, and hopefully it's okay. So look, let's go find out if this 4-2-2 is the meta, you know, and if it is, I'll break down the system after the Arsenal game as well. But let's get into it. It's the team that beat Liverpool only a couple of games ago in the last episode. Tell the boys to relax. Let's have a look at the Liverpool team. You know, Riga's in there. Trent's back from injury. Beraldo didn't start in the last 2 games, but looks decent. Yeah, the rest of the team is the same. Yeah, Fratulla's starting up front instead of starting off the bench for Darwin. That's fine. So those are all guys that we've played. Now, this is a big game. Who would be your rising star of the year? James Thompson because I'm playing against him. Done. I think that's a Liverpool centre-back. All right, off we go. Liverpool in the purple, we're in the red and white. At the racecourse, big game. This is the last season at the racecourse too. It'd be nice to give the racecourse a title-winning send-off. And yeah. Now, Davies has picked up a slight groin injury. We do have Lorenzi on the bench. I keep forgetting to bring him on the bench because he can play DM. We don't have many other DMs. Assar now with the ball going down this flank. Into Stanyos. Parsons with the tackle. And we've given away a pen. So we haven't conceded in the system. And our first big crunch game in the league, we're going to give away a penalty inside 12 minutes, which is going to be fun. Penalty's been given. Dominguez saved the Haaland penalty, even though we lost 2-0 that day. Can he make a save here against Szoboszlai? No, he does not. Our first goal conceded in the system is a penalty against Liverpool. And as I said, boys, I just think we're in for a... I just think no matter what, we're just not there. Now, people will tell me that, well, why are you changing from the 4-3 when you're top and you still got a point ahead, etc.? You guys don't watch all the games like the stream does of me playing. I watch us play, and I'll watch us miss chance after chance. Herman or Consigli, whoever plays out wide, not get involved. And I'll be like, these guys are world-class players that should be destroying the league. What are we doing? Anyhow, if there's ever a time to see this system go ballistic and start scoring goals, now is the time, boys. Now is the time. And if you have a look at the match momentum, apart from the little period where they scored the pen, we've been on top of this game, but we haven't been able to create anything clear-cut. And that is maybe an issue. The good thing about this system is we are very good on the press, and Szoboszlai's on the ball, but he's fine into Bonanini, and well, we're in trouble now. There's a ball towards Robinson's going to sweep up. There's a ball towards the other channel. Cunnington now. This is the thing. This system, as much as it's a quick, direct system, we will play with the ball and keep it because we're on shorter passing. Davies finds Dedez. Herman's in a good area. Went inside to Desiree Do. Poor pass, man. Like, poor choice of pass from a guy we spent 78 million on. Like, where are you going? It's just a simple ball into Herman and we're free, and then instead we could concede. That's horrid. If we concede, it's all down to Dedez. Diouf. Liverpool knocking it around like the world class, which they are, and we are 2-0 down. And it all comes from Dedez getting the ball, looking at Herman, who he could slip down the line, who can take his man and have singly back stick, or go and play it against a 3v1 for Desiree Do. 2-0 down, 38th minute. Liverpool have had 2 shots on target. Liverpool FM'd me out of the Champions League, and now we're about to get FM'd out of the Premier League. Here we go. Well, boys, it looks likely our season is cooked. Trent heads away. Destiny Doggy, back stick. Desiree Do heads. Robinson on the volley over the bar. We have not conceded in a Premier League game yet in this system, and now, bang. We've conceded twice. Right, I'm going to actually go into this. Now. So straight away, I think you need to play it on attacking personally. Standard with a much higher tempo, never wasting time, pass the ball in the space, staying a fairly wide. Low crosses, more on mixed because we got height. Counter, distribute quickly. I think you go in a much higher, you step up more, you trap inside in this system. Actually, do you? No. Don't think you trap inside to one guy, do you? Probably trap outside because we've got width outside. I don't know. Stop crosses if I get there. Probably do something like that, right? All right, so let's make the changes. Dennis has had a stinker, so off you come. Lorenzi's going to come into the hole. Junior's going to go out on one side for George Davies. Demetrius is going to come off here for probably Nestri because of the form he's been in. To be fair, it probably means Ben Dyack. You know what? I'm going to have to trust star ratings here. Junior on the other side. Consigli in that up front. Go to something like that. Probably bring Walter in for Destiny Doggy as well and bang and make those changes. All right. Here we go. We move into this 4-1-3-2 system. And can we find something in this system? Cunnington finds Josh Herman. Good ball into Ben Doak. Poor touch. And that's the thing that I've seen a lot in the match engine of late. I don't know if there was an update while I've been focusing on so much poker, but every time a winger gets in the position where they can make a pass or make a run, we're 3-0 down, by the way. Season's over. Season's cooked. The season is over. The season is cooked. The season is over. The season is cooked. We are 3-0 down. The system, we haven't conceded a goal in the last 4 or 5 games and bang. Effort's been blocked, or Consigli just put it wide. Yep, standard. We have 2 world-class strikers. Can't get them to score. Can't get them to score. You know, we've choked the title again. We've choked the Premier League title again, man. 4-0 down. We haven't been pumped all year. And we're 4-0 down. Like Josh Herman, 26 games, 13 goals for world-class strikers, not good enough in the league to win the title. And Consigli's only got 11 and 23. What the fuck do we do? $4-0 down. Liverpool have had 5 shots on target for 4 goals. We have choked the title again. The system beat Liverpool. All right, definitely not this system that we're playing right now. It's definitely not a system we're going to be playing anytime in the future. We just moved to it. It was an idea that I was thinking, oh, okay, maybe we'll get people in their preferred role. Just, I don't have a system. No tactic works this year on FM for me. There is not that, this is the tactic. I have tactics that do okay, and, you know, you get 2.5 XG, 2 goals and whatever, but I don't have that dominating tactic as we concede a 5th. All right, guys, I'll see you guys for the Arsenal game. It's all over, and I'm not going to give you guys a Man United game. I'll just come back with Arsenal, and yeah. Here we are, team. It is the FA Cup semi-final at Wembley. The winners of this will play Man City, who just beat Chelsea in the semi-final 3-2. Unfortunately, against Man United, we lost 4-3, which means the 4-2-2, after playing it all last night and keeping clean sheet every game, conceded, what, 9 goals in 2 matches, so we have to bin it. We had more XG than Man United, 3.17. We couldn't put chances away. World-class Consigli, world-class Herman, doesn't matter, mate, if they're world-class. They are just absolutely shocking human beings in front of a goal. And, yeah, look, just to set up the sum, I am annoyed. My phone charger stopped wanting to work or didn't want to work as well, so I've just spent the last half an hour with a toothpick trying to pick out dirt out of a phone charger. And in the end, the cable was cooked and the charger, whatever, and a cable that hasn't worked for 2 years is starting to work, but it's, you know, going at like a snail's pace in terms of charging. So I think this is all set up for me to lose this FA Cup game against Arsenal. With that being said, I've binned off the 4-2-2, and obviously that system we tried against Liverpool when we were a couple goals down, when we ended up conceding another 3 goals. We've binned that off too. So it's just going to be 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3, apologies. And whatever happens here, hopefully we go out there, put in a decent performance, and we go win. But I really think we're going to get beat here by Arsenal. And yeah, it means the title's pretty much over unless Man City start losing games out of nowhere. I think we'd have to win every game from here on in the season. And yeah, hopefully what happens today is we win this game against Arsenal, because then I'll just say I'm back for the FA Cup final and to recap the end of the season, or I am back if the title comes down to the final day or something like that. But I think we've screwed the title again for the 3rd season in a row. We've been in a position to mount a title challenge. We've lost games. Obviously, most famously, episode 50, we threw everything and the toys out the pram. The team just decided they didn't want to play football. And all of a sudden, the team doesn't know what it's doing when it comes to big pressure games, which is unfortunate. Selling Mariba for Dedez is the biggest mistake I've made on Football Manager to date in 4 or 5 years of creating content. Selling a guy that had 9 goal contributions, playing pretty well in the system, only because he's 28 years of age, which isn't too old, is a mistake, clearly. I just thought it would allow me to do so much more. Dedez would come in and destroy the league with his physicality, and it hasn't worked, and now don't know what I'm going to do with the team at all. but it is what it is. Anyway, here we go. This Arsenal side has not changed for years. We've played it enough in this save that you know the key players here. But yeah, and the likes of someone like a Junior who's been so poor, I think we're about to sell. Anyway, Kimi there, Consigli with a tackle. Apparently they've given that as a penalty. Should be VAR in an FA Cup semi-final that overturns this. If this isn't given as a pen, it just sums up everything. But yeah, if we don't win the league and we don't get through this FA Cup game, to be fair, to make the final and lose again in the semi-final, I might have taken this Wrexham side as far as possible. And yeah, and maybe we might need to look at ending the save. But I don't particularly want to because I look at us in the Champions League and get so unlucky. I honestly thought we're going to win the Champions League this year. I honestly think on paper we have the best team in the league. We just don't put enough chances away. If Herman and Consigli finish at the rate that that Haaland does, and they're all very similar, you know, current ability, then we win the league hands down. But we just don't do it. Again, Consigli standing in a spot where he doesn't want to win the ball. Parsons wins it back. Herman, who's done nothing. 13 goals for a world-class striker. Are we at the stage of this save where maybe we just sell all these guys for, you know, and make like 600 million and go buy like a 34-year-old Victor Osimhen and 35-year-old like Mohamed Salah who's playing in the Saudi league and stuff, and then just go, all right, guys, we got 2 seasons to win the league or it's all over? Because these world-class guys aren't scoring. Anyway, Consigli gets in the area. He goes down. Yet again, this isn't a penalty as well. So it looks like the majority of the highlights here are non-pens. And yeah, I just don't get it. You know, if you look at the FM base stuff, most of the systems, well, it's been given as a pen. Most of the systems have wingers. My wingers have done nothing all year. Like Consigli's, most of his goals have been backstick headers or penalties, right? It hasn't really, and he misses the pen too. Of course he does. FA Cup at Wembley, we of course miss. You know, I haven't yet seen a winger pick the ball up, come inside, 1-2, make a darting run inside, create space. It hasn't happened at all year. Like, I honestly think that we've been, A, lucky to be top for so long, and B, if we performed to the statistical data that we had this season, we would have won the league already. Yeah. You know, if we went at the statistical data that we had, we would still be in the Champions League. We would probably been on about 90 points already, nearly. You know, we would have maybe only lost maybe 1 game all year. But instead, we just never, ever, ever performed to our ability, ever. And it's really annoying. And a mistake here, and we're lucky that Cunnington wins that. Junior now. Yet again, like Junior is just poor football from Junior. He has to sleep in Robertson there. We might score from this highlight. We might get lucky, right? And it's a backstep ball. Consigli should win, and we do get a goal. But maybe I'm making horses for courses here. And that's the thing, is like I watch that highlight there and I go, why do we ever change from 4-3-3? Because we might score now, but I've watched 5 games where we don't. Yeah, if we rewinded that highlight, though, Junior picks the ball up, Robinson makes an overlapping run. In real life, he just slips him down the line. Robinson then cuts it. We've got 2 guys on the box tapping goal. But instead here, for whatever reason, they turn around and they do this and they do that. Fucking, if the guy makes the run, there's the cue, play the ball. I'm just frustrated. I'm absolutely frustrated with this. And have you look at it, we're absolutely dominating Arsenal apart from possession here in the 4-3-3. Comes to show that, you know, we maybe didn't need to panic. Maybe Liverpool caused me to panic. But I've watched this system, and if we don't score right now, this will sum it up, right? As Desiree Do goes on a run, hits and puts it wide, where we do this a lot against a lot of the teams, especially the big teams, where we dominated there. Half time, haven't given them a shot, 6 shots, 4 on target, missed a penalty, 1-0. You know, if that game was played by Manchester City, for instance, so I always use them as the barometer, right now Haaland scored the pen, you're 2-0 up, you're cruising. But it's 1-0. And what's going to happen after half-time is they're going to turn around, and by the 50th minute, we're either going to be 1-1 or 2-1. And then it's a slog. And we have not been good enough this season, even though we have world-class guys up front, to score goals. Like Josh Herman's only got 13 goals all year. 13 goals all year. Like, my word, he's one of the best strikers in the Prem. If he was playing for Man City or Liverpool or whatever, he would score goals. That's a penalty, by the way. Let's see if Consigli scores this one. But because he's playing for me, my managed team, he refuses to put a ball in the back of the net. How is that not a penalty? The guys come through the back of him on no ball and given no penalty given. Oh my God. Ludicrous decision. Anyway, Parsons. Cunnington. Picks the ball up. Finds Desiree Do. I just want to be more clinical, man. Like, I want a system that's either going to keep a big amounts of clean sheets or be clinical. And this system is neither. Because the system is a system that works when you're playing the ball and total controlling, but being a bit touch open on the break, right? It does happen. And the only problem is this whole season we've not kicked teams away. We've barely pumped any teams where, you know, on paper, we're as good as Consigli scores again. We're as good as a Manchester City. We're better than a Manchester City, I think, pound for pound now that we're 9 seasons in. But we just can't seem to do it. We go 2-0 up here. Nice. Consigli has missed a penalty and scored 2. We have yet to give Arsenal a chance. Here we go. 1 shot, 1 attack, 1 goal. Incoming. Happens every freaking time. Like, the match engine's a joke, man. The match engine's a joke. You dominate games. You're absolutely pummeling them. 1 shot, 1 attack, 1 goal. Every freaking time. There you go. Oh, here we go, boys. Here we go. Just out of nothing. Here we are. Chances for days. Adigun. Cleared away. We can't get it away. Dominguez finally claims one. Rolls it out super quick, which I hate when he does that. Like, there's a time and a place to play quickly, and then there's not. Anyway, well played out of Destiny Doggy. That's going to be the highlight, though. They go long. Yet again, we should have been 3-0 up at a minimum. Should have had a penalty for 4-0. But instead it's 2-1. And this whole year we've thrown the game like this away. And there's nothing I can do about it. Desiree Doo. Josh Herman. Robinson. Junior. Back stick. Consigli. Heads over the bar. I'm making a slight tactical tweak here. At one stage in another in Josh Herman's life, I only played him as a poacher to score, and he scored goals. Now, Consigli's dead. I don't want to really take him off, but I feel like we have to bring Ben Doak on. Same with Koulibaly for Davies. We need the fresh legs. And we're going to make a couple of changes there. 70th minute. And I'm moving Herman to a poacher. I just want to see him just run off the last man. Get a goal, man. Get a sealer. Make it 3-1. Because I can't get a world-class striker to score. We played him as a 2. Didn't really work. Played either one of them as a 1. Yeah, that's poor for McAtee. Poor for McAtee. I just don't have a system that works, like, whatever. Like, we might win this game 2-1 and be in an FA Cup final, right? But I'm going to look back and go, we should have won 4 or 5 goals. But we haven't. We haven't done that all year. So this 4-3 for me is not good enough to win the title because over 38 games, you will eventually get FM'd more times. And Beachy's on side here for 2-2 and he's missed. Defensively, we're falling apart. How's there a corner here? How's there a corner? Beachy's just shot and missed. They're giving him a corner. Oh my God, man. Herman's going to come off too. And all of a sudden, if we go to a penalty shootout right now, we're going to have no good penalty takers on the park. So we need to hold on here. And I'm telling you right now, from what I've seen this season, we are not holding on here. We're not good enough to hold on here. We will concede late because we do not put our chances away early doors. Ball over the top. Beachy's in again. Dominguez does well. Expected that to just fall to Beachy and be game over here. Caputo, Destiny, your doggy. Caputo. Great run from Ben Doak. Needs a runner. Goes himself. Hine makes a save to keep him in it. Probably should have slipped in Nestor Iracunda. Like, the guy's got speed for days. You slip him in, we win. He has a chance to score. Better chance than that. And that is game over. Junior puts one into the top bin from the corner. It's 3-1 and we're going to be in an FA Cup final. There's the silver lining. We've thrown away the Champions League. Look, we got unlucky. We've thrown away the title. I cost us the title by selling Mariba and changing system as a knee-jerk. And now we're going to be in the FA Cup final against Man City We didn't beat Leicester in an FA Cup final. We couldn't beat Southampton, who were getting relegated, and basically were already down in an FA Cup final last year. So something tells me we're not beating City in the final, more than likely. But yeah, Cunnington sweeps up. Parsons. Going to make one time-wasting change here and get Dedes on, who I don't think fits the system. Ben Dyke wins a flick on. Neshri Rakunda, who got the assist, gets fouled. Referee said nothing. He got absolutely mauled. Declan Rice. Howsett. Well, there's still 4 minutes of added time, and Arsenal could score. But it all starts from the referee being shocking. And yet again, look at the match stats here. Who's been the better team? Who has had momentum? We have had 10 shots, 7. Arsenal have only had 3 shots on target. 2 have gone in the back of the net. We're lucky. I'm going to keep my roll high, but yeah, Dominguez is going to get a talking to, man. Dominguez is going to get a talking to. We're in the FA Cup final. That's going to be the next episode. I don't see us winning the league from here. I don't know what system we're going to use next season because Herman and Consigli refuse to score goals. And yeah, it is what it is. All right, guys. I'll see you guys next time for the FA Cup final against Man City, more than likely. Unless somehow City drop a couple of games here on their run home. Who do they play to finish off the season? You play Spurs, Fulham, Norwich. Yeah, okay. They don't have any of the big teams. So we've lost the title to City. City will finish over 90 plus points, and so will we, and we'll lose the title. That's kind of how the nature of the beast it goes. I just want to have clinical players up front. Herman scoring only 20 goals in a season over all competitions is not good enough for a guy like this. I'm going to give him one more year. If we don't win the league with this guy up front next year, I'm selling him for 190 million and buying a striker that's going to score. Or Mohamed's been scoring goals, maybe him. Or even our even our new loanee, Joe Victor. I've loaned him out to a foreign league. He's got 5 goals, 3 assists in 9 games. But apparently a world-class Josh Herman that's been playing in Wales and the Premier League his whole entire career and has adapted and is one of Wales' best players cannot, for the life of him, score. And if I put Consigli up front or I put Consigli out wide, they cannot score consistently either. I think 4-3-3 is dead. I think the 4-2-2 is dead. I don't have a system to play. Will we win the title? No. Are we going to win the FA Cup? Find out next episode. Catch you guys later. Bye.